You looked right now, right, and you didn't look at the price, and you thought, what would I pay for 3 beautiful poly-rattan baskets that look like they are that beautiful woven basket, but it's all a poly-rattan, so it's not going to be prickling me, it's not going to be breaking, it's always going to look this gorgeous. I would think I'd be paying just $40 for this large, but instead, you're looking at $39.99 for this large, medium, and small basket. This large is going to be a diameter of 13.25. It's 17.5 inches high. Then in the medium, we're looking at a 15.5 inches diameter, 11.25 inches high. And in the small, a 13.5 inches diameter, and it is 9.25 inches tall. So a really easy, wonderful way to just refresh your home and get organized. 2 colors, the light tan, 2 dozen remaining, and it's a gorgeous light tan, so please check out right now if you want that light tan. That's going to sell out. And then here is your dark walnut as well. $350 to go around there. Carrie, I'm going to have you come in right away because I think the light tan is about to go. Let's talk about this poly-rattan. These are beautiful.
These are beautiful. These are sturdy. I love that they have the square bottom on them, but they're giving you that round shape, so you can really kind of nudge them into a corner if you need to. They're the perfect, I always, when I have a larger basket, I always do a hip check. Kind of like with a bag, you have to do like the shoulder check to make sure it kicks back the right way. Every time I have a basket that comes into my house, I have to do the hip check to make sure I can collect, or maybe I want to use this as a beautiful laundry basket, or maybe in the guest room as a laundry basket. But these are phenomenal. They're all wire based. You can see that they have those strong handles.
Yes.
It's really, I mean, like you can't go wrong. Baskets are life in my house. Like, we use them for everything.
And usually if you wanted to get this look, you'd be looking at sort of like wicker or that kind of kind of woven design, but it's not in that poly-rattan. The poly-rattan means that this is not going to be breaking. There's some flexibility here. It's not going to break and prick out at you. It's not going to be something that starts to look worn out if things poke through, because they're not going to poke through, because it is that poly-rattan. Only 1 dozen now remain in this light tan option, $13.33 each. That is the light tan, and then we have this beautiful dark walnut, and Carrie, that's the one that you have with you. It's a really gorgeous deep color that I think is just gonna be a really grounding, modern look to any room.
Absolutely. I love this color because you can really mix it in with any wood tone or color palette that you have. It is such a dark chocolate, but it has some like variation in it, so it doesn't feel too what I call muddy, like when something just feels a little muddy. So it has a little bit of that variation, but really great option if you maybe lean towards a black normally when you're looking at your accessories, or if you lean towards a wood, you kind of sit right in the middle of these. But I have this one, I brought it in, but I actually have this one on my back patio, and I throw like our outside slides in there. So when we're going out, instead of having them all over, I throw them into here. Because that poly-rattan, I can just take a damp cloth and wipe it all down.
That's great. And then you're seeing on the inside, midway down, there is this extra wire support. So you never have to worry that this is going to be collapsing on you. It's very sturdy. You have all of the ribs that are also going to be that wonderful sturdy metal. And then additionally around the center, and of course at the base too. So this really is going to stand up and be really sturdy, Carrie. I've gotten baskets before and I get them home and then they break when I put something in there that's too heavy. And I'm like you, I'm going around my house and I'm loading up baskets to try to just I put everything in the basket and then I say, well, I'll organize that later, but at least they're not all over the floor.
Well, Rachel, in my business, in my organizing business, I call that a cheat basket. I always recommend doing cheat chairs and cheat baskets.
Okay.
And that means if you're overwhelmed and life is a little busy, you just cheat and you throw it all into the basket, and then once a week you sort out the basket. So that's perfect.
Carrie, that's great. I need you to come to my house and help me with all of this, because I could use some more organization, but this would be a great way to stay organized and keep everything. Just have a place to place everything in. It works out to $13 and change per basket, which is really amazing when you think about the size, the capacity that you're getting here.
Yes.
And then, oh, the light tan is gone. I was just going to show you how they nested. So that's very good, because we're going to nest them and take them out of here, because now the light tan is gone. So I'm going to pass these off to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. So they nest really beautifully. Check out of your cart. If you were looking at the light tan, do not miss out on this dark walnut. Now 300 remain here. It still is gorgeously beautiful and sophisticated. And even if you have lighter colors in your home, this is still going to be a gorgeous option to bring in a great grounding basket, lots of organization. You're gonna find spaces for these even in your bathrooms, in your guest rooms, laundry rooms. The possibilities are endless. And then, Carrie, you were saying you even kind of use them right at the front door for all of kind of your outdoor shoes and things too. So that's great.
Absolutely. And I love these for plants as well. So if you want to soften up your space and maybe put your faux plant or your real plant in there, because of the fact that they have the flat bottom, because a lot of times woven baskets will have a little bit of movement when you put your plant in there.
Right.
And then also because of that inside, you also have that flat bottom as well. So it's fantastic. And also if for some reason there is a little bit of like, you know, a little moisture that gets out, because it's rattan, you don't have to worry about it mildewing your basket. And you don't have to worry about the dust from regular wicker baskets. There's always dust and things everywhere.
You don't have to worry. It looks like wicker. It's not actually wicker. It's better than that. Poly-Ratan, $13.33 a basket. That is also your easy pay to get these home. Dark walnut, the only color that remains, for a great clearance price, under $40 for 3 baskets. Now coming up, yes, it's getting warmer in most parts